Hello and welcome to SPADS episode 24. Back in with the usual crew. Crazy week again in the Premier League. Nothing more crazy than Leeds United currently, obviously just coming out today. They've had a manager in for 10 weeks. They're looking at bringing in a new one. 10 weeks is far too long. Look, Leeds have had a tough season. They've had the change of manager. Obviously, Javi Gracia, whatever his name is.
Harvey
Gracia. I'm never good with names.
Lewis
do
you know yours?
Just about. He came in with a flexible contract. I didn't realise it was so flexible that 10 weeks' time he was going to be thinking. What do we think of that? Do we think, first of all, do we think Leeds were right to get rid of Jesse Marsch? That's the first question I want to put to you. And then the second question is, do we really think, with 4 games to go and having someone that's been there for only 10 weeks, that changing the manager again is the right decision? So, Kev, I'm going to start with you. First of all, do you think Jesse Marsch was the right decision?
I don't rate Jesse Marsch, but...
There's always a but with you, isn't there? Always a but with you.
Always. But they were playing slightly better.
There's the but again.
It seemed they were more attacking with Jesse Marsch, and they backed him in the summer with some of his signings from America, where Bielsa was getting, like, obviously, he did what he did at the beginning. It was obviously getting a bit too much where they were conceding too many goals under Bielsa, and you can't do that in the Premiership.
No.
But I don't know, I don't know, because I don't rate Jesse Marsch, and I don't get how he's still linked all these jobs all the time. I think maybe
he's the only one available.
It's mad because he gets linked with all of them. He seems to get. We said he's been interviewed by 2 of them, and it looks like he's going to get appointed. And then suddenly it's like, oh no, he's out, and it's. But yeah, I don't know.
But is it proof that he wasn't doing as bad a job as we maybe thought at Leeds with what's happened with?
I think the worst thing that Leeds did is they sacked him and had no idea. Yeah. That's where I think it is wrong, because normally if you sack a manager, we all say,
But isn't that the same situation there?
Yeah, I mean, that's it. I mean, really, the sporting director, he's gone now, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's been resigned.
Well, yeah.
I mean, he's messed up bad there. Now, I'm not, we might say, should they have just kept Gracia till the end of the season?
Gracia.
But then saying that, where would, it's just the whole thing. It's just a joke.
Yeah. So as we said at the moment, he hasn't gone. He's still there. It's obviously come up rumoured that they're looking for replacement. Lee, what's your opinion of this 10 weeks in charge? I mean, they were already not doing well anyway. Their form was poor. What did they really expect?
They're in a situation now where they can't afford to lose 150 million quid.
No.
So they can't afford to get relegated. So the trend they were on shouts they're going to get relegated. They're going to get relegated. There is no way they're going to get anything like survival points from the 4 games they got.
No, they've got 4 tough games.
Sale as well. I thought that
they're up for sale as well.
But if they go in the Championship, it's called off, isn't it? That's how bad it is. Basically, they've just been told no, it's not happening.
Price tag will get slashed by the way.
I imagine so. Yeah, it's a big investment to get back up.
Yeah. They've got to make an effort to try and stay in the league. But they're blowing in whistles because it's not going to happen.
If you'd have put Pep Guardiola at Leeds, though, do we really think Leeds
not
have
with 4 games? No.
Pep can only fucking do jobs with load of money. He wouldn't be able to do anything with them players because they're not players.
You've got to stop
superstars.
Him getting fucking 5 or 6 put in against them. Pep's not known for his fucking great defence.
No.
He buys good defenders.
I mean, to be fair, he had a bit of a...
They'll score 6 and fucking let 3 in. Do you know what I mean?
He did have a new manager's bounce at the beginning a little bit, didn't he? Because you thought, actually, he's doing all right there.
I don't know, he's only had 10 weeks there.
But the first couple of games, he got...
But everyone gets that. You ain't going to get that. Yeah. Your fucking new manager bounce ain't going to beat City, Newcastle, West Ham.
So, Dave, similar sort of opinion, obviously. I mean, it's 10... Okay, what I'm confused about with Leeds and your opinion of that is, like I say, they changed anyway. They thought they needed to change after Jesse Marsch. You kind of understand. They had a bit of time then to try and turn it round. But realistically, what did they really expect? And what do they expect for someone that's been there 10 weeks?
Yeah, they're not going to turn it around in 10 weeks. Your club's in shit. 10 weeks isn't enough.
No.
And getting someone else in for 4 games is probably not going to do the job. You look at fucking Chelsea. Prime example. Got Frank in, absolute dog shit. 5 games on the bounce, he's lost.
Yeah.
So, is a new manager going to do the same? I know people will say, well, Frank's not a proper manager, he's got no experience. Okay, but it's just getting the team.
Potter didn't do much better.
No, I know, but
do you not think Leeds, if they go down, they can say, well, at least we tried. Not that they.
Well, no, can't say that.
No.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is because they've got rid of him before 4 games. Even though it's ridiculous. No, it is ridiculous.
I don't think the fans would accept that. Or at least we've tried. You know,
the fans are absolutely certain that they're going down.
They've
all
said
it.
Yeah.
So
the players have turned on Gracia, haven't they?
Yeah. And that's the thing. If the players turn, you're not going to get it, are you?
But that just shows you there's a lack of direction from the manager, because that's generally
what happens. But you think player mentality these days is the same. You can get the biggest manager in the world sacked if you want to.
You
just don't turn up. I'm getting paid
Chelsea have done it
enough times. Grand a week. Don't give a shit.
Yeah, Chelsea have done it enough times, didn't they? Man United's players.
Chelsea's still doing it now.
So I mean, the last 4 games, I mean, is City away, Newcastle at home, which is, I mean, I don't think. But
then we said, same with Arsenal. They had West Ham and Southampton out for 6 points. And it didn't happen, did it?
I know, but you are looking at City and Newcastle. I mean, if you brought Jesus in, he'd struggle.
Well, Jesus used to play for
me.
He's played for Arsenal.
You know what I mean? That's a really, really difficult. And Kev, I think you mentioned in the group text, in West Ham and Spurs are the only games they could probably look at realistically. I mean, you might say they might be able to nick a draw at Newcastle. Newcastle are in good form at the moment, but they blow hot and cold in terms of that. Obviously, friend of the pod, Big Sam Allardyce has been banded about.
How much? Half a million for the 4 games, and if he keeps them up, it's £2 million bonus.
I'll give that a crack.
But you then put Conte's 15 million quid for a season, works out the same money.
Does it? Yeah.
Wow. The thing is, though, I almost think getting rid of Gracia after 10 weeks is crazy. But I was thinking if you're going to bring in someone like Big Sam, I kind of get it.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's.
But should it not have been done 2 or 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, you should have made that 10 weeks ago.
It
should have been Big Sam.
Especially with how close. There's so many teams around.
Yeah.
You need that experience. Yes, I know we always say he obviously the last time he was at West Brom and they got relegated. But it's actually, if you look out there, you don't go and get an ex-player probably getting Lee Bowyer wouldn't be the right choice.
No, he's someone you want in that you're going to bring in long term that you're going to back.
But Sam
Allardyce, they're on about calibrating, aren't they?
Yeah, which is actually a sensible thing to do. But they have got themselves in a massive, stupid. The way they've done it. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Okay, so quick fire question. You're the Leeds chairman. Dave, I'm coming to you first.
Yeah.
Okay. You're in the position you're in. Do you sack Gracia? Is it Gracia?
I don't know what it is.
It's Javi Gracia.
Javi Gracia. Do you sack Javi Gracia for Big Sam, or do you roll with it?
I would roll with it. I would, yeah. You're down. Just see what you can do. Ask him. Fucking turn it around. You know, if you turn this around, we'll offer you another contract. We'll give you a bumper deal.
We'll give you a non-flexible.
Yeah, we'll give you a proper contract. Yeah,
the flexible will go.
Lee,
roll with it because one, you're going to save yourself £3-4 million in non.
Yeah,
and just let's be honest, they're going down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So go down, have a serious think about what you want to do next season, and get someone in that can bring them straight back up.
Yeah,
Kev,
I'd get rid of him.
You get rid of him. You go Big Sam.
If the players have come and said that, and now, if we come back in a few weeks' time and they've managed to salvage it somehow,
you're gonna look like a right
without Big Sam.
No, you look like if I'm just saying if they somehow get 2 draws and it keeps them up, they'll go, well, we've done our job.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's that close.
Yeah, it is really close to the bottom.
Mad.
In terms of that.
Well, it's the same last season. Didn't they win? They just about stayed up because Brentford lost on the last one.
They're always going to just scrape by and go, stay up, aren't they?
I don't think so.
And that's the size of that club at the moment.
Yeah.
The players they've got, they're never going to be, they might have one season where they might be in mid-table, but they're always going to be in that bottom.
I was just about to say they're going to have the odd outlier season where they're going to finish 12th or 9th, and everyone's going to go, and then the next season they'll be
back down.
Yeah, that's just the ultimate reality of them. If I was the Leeds United chairman, I would get rid of him. I'd go to Chelsea and pay £4 for Fat Frank and bring Frank in.
He's doing a great job, Frank.
If he can. Do you know what? I always feel like we're razzing on Frank, but I don't. I actually think Frank has the potential to be a decent manager. I think the Chelsea job came too soon.
Yep.
And I think that's
tainted to rebuild it.
I think that's
Everton. He should never have gone to Everton.
Yeah, so I think that tainted his career because it was too soon. Everton is a difficult job for anybody. Sean Dyche is a great manager. He's got in there and he's struggling as well. So it's a really tough thing. And then to go back to Chelsea and then they've lost all 5 games in the bounce, I think it's tainted him even more. I just think
he's 6 tonight.
I actually think Frank has the potential, and he showed it at Derby, didn't he?
Yeah.
He was a great, I think it's just too soon for him. So I don't want it to feel like we're constantly razzing on.
We love you, really,
Fat
Frank.
I don't. I keep calling him Fat Frank as well. I don't know why that is. I don't know why.
Fat Kev, isn't
it? Yeah, absolutely. But it's really, really strange. Anyway, Arsenal and City. Obviously, that game last week. Sorted the title race. I mean, it's not a sorted title race. Arsenal are still very much in the title race, but City were
dominant,
fantastic.
Yeah, it just shows, doesn't it? Like I said earlier in the pod ages ago, Arsenal haven't got the squad.
No.
City squad, immense, fantastic. The players are up for it.
Yeah, but you know the thing with City, right? They only need 2 of their players to be on it. The rest of them don't really need. I know they have to be playing, but they don't even have to be on it. You only need De Bruyne to just be world class like he is. I mean, what a player! He's at City, but
best club in Manchester.
Best club in United.
Yeah, can't get your words out.
United Kingdom.
But I mean, they were fantastic. And as a United fan, it's difficult to say it. One thing I've got to say as well, Haaland, it's been bounced back, stuff like that. When he came, first of all, obviously I thought he was good. He was fantastic. I think he's now. He does what Kane does. He now drops deep.
For me, he's the best striker. They said about it's down to sport. For me, he's the best striker in the world.
Yeah. And for how young he is,
49 goals now, isn't he?
50 now, isn't it?
Crazy.
Mate, it's 50 already.
I mean, it's crazy. But it's not just. He's not just a goal scorer. You see him in that Arsenal game about what he done. Like I said, playing deep, bringing others in, and he seems to have got quicker. He's like a race. I mean,
it's not normal. The size of him, it's not normal, is it?
Didn't you just love it though when he took his hair out?
Yeah, the flowing locks,
and he scored. It's just like wow, yeah.
Well, it's Vico, isn't he, from Ghostbusters too?
yeah. But I mean, Arsenal were good, and I feel a little bit for Arsenal in terms of they've been top the whole season. I know you don't, Dave.
No, I don't know.
I know. I feel sorry for some Arsenal fans in terms of. Because it's been fun for them to be in the title race, stuff like that.
I just think, unfortunately, they've come up one of the best teams we've ever seen. Yeah. And unfortunately, we said this, City, unfortunately, if you look at their records, every time, like the last 10 games or something, they smash it, don't they? I think the valuable points.
It's the only team in the Premiership you do not want chasing you.
Yeah, and they're used to it. In the last few seasons, they've been chasing Liverpool. Yeah. And they know what to do. They know how to grind out results.
They got confused this season.
Yeah. So, Arsenal playing in red, so it's very similar. Because it's something like, I think it was from the game on Saturday. When did City play last? Was it Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday, Fulham.
Yeah.
It was something like 14 days or nights they've been on top of the Premier League or something like that. Yeah. And Arsenal were like 200 or something.
Yeah.
But the problem is, the league is 38 games long. So you've got to go all the time. And unfortunately, Arsenal have just slipped, haven't they?
Yeah.
And I think that game also showed how much Arteta's still got to learn with tactics.
Yeah, absolutely. And some of the decisions he's made. And then they're 1-up. They're just beating Chelsea. Just
great goal by Odegaard.
There is. I think Arteta's done fantastic. But
it showed how far out of depth he was against a great man.
The Southampton result ruined it as well, didn't it?
Yeah, they've struggled a little bit, in terms of which which happens in a season. But I mean, City were, just dominant, just fantastic, and one thing they said on commentary, which I thought was really apt, and I never really thought about it before, is with City, you never see them panic.
Yep.
No.
They never ever panic. There never seems to be sometimes where there's like a uptick in momentum and urgency and stuff like that. You never get that with City.
No.
They're like serial killers. They're always just like so calm and collected.
Got a really good
calm because you make irrational decisions when you're irrational.
Do you not think though they've got some Gundogan and that they've got some older players.
Gundogan, who's Gundogan?
What's it? I don't even know what his first.
Cheers, mate.
What the fuck are you not doing?
Taking the piss out of you.
That's a YouTube short right there.
Their older players are just.
No, but that was so right. You don't see even in defence. You don't really ever see them panic in defence. No. Even if they go a goal behind, there's never a. I don't know. They just seem so.
But when you get one scored against you and then go and score 6,
and
you've got the ability to do that season in, season out, you've got no need to panic of it.
Yeah, that is true. I suppose when you look around that dressing room, you think we've got so many good players here, but they're just fantastic, and they should be worthy winners of the league now. I think, and Arsenal put on a good fight. I know a lot of Arsenal fans think they go on and win the league next year. I don't think they do. I think. This is Arsenal's chance to win it.
I think,
I still think they could do it, but
if they go and get some sensible additions to it, they could be challenged.
Play the way they have this.
They need another strike up there.
Yeah.
And they're talking about Arteta's come out today and he wants to talk to Rice as soon as the season finishes. So that would be a good signing for Arsenal.
Yeah, definitely.
Declan Rice would be a good signing for everybody. In terms of that, so. The title race, obviously, hot start last few games. It'll be interesting to talk about that, how it goes on. Like I say, they're currently beating Chelsea 1-0 at the moment. Obviously, the weekend, Dave, we've got to talk about it. Liverpool game. Spurs, first of all, the result. Let's talk about the result and the football first of all. 3-0 up, 3-3, 4-3 nicked to the end. What was your view of a Liverpool fan?
Thrilling 7-goal thriller. First 15, 20 minutes, awesome. But again, were Spurs shocking. But again, they might have been shocking, but Liverpool put the pressure on them to make them shocking. And then we just took our foot off the gas. I think they got bored. There was no real pressure in the 20 minutes, after we scored, nothing at all. And they got one back just before half time. I think the stat was after we scored our third goal, which was in the 15th minute, I don't think we had another shot on target. Wow. Until we scored the fourth goal.
Tired.
And that's
nothing to do with tired. That's 7-goal thriller. All right.
Interestingly, for obviously since Ryan Mason come in, they have done that. Obviously, United went 2-0 down, come back to 2-2.
Yeah.
But what he has given about Spurs, we haven't seen, is that sort of
bit of a backbone,
fighting mentality in terms of digging it in.
But he doesn't do anything from the touchline. Though. He still just sits there calm and quiet. He doesn't like.
Well, we talked about this ages ago when the Arsenal fans hated us about Arteta being too passionate.
I just wonder whether it's because he's Spurs and Spurs 3 and 3, so they want to work for him maybe.
He's a good interim manager, isn't he? It's not the first time.
If there is such a thing.
Yeah. But I just think that result, Spurs, they've got the attacking class. Their defence is shocking.
Yeah.
Dyer, who was?
Do you think your defence is pretty poor?
What was wrong? I don't think it is. No,
I
think we're trying at the moment now something different. Well, so with Trent playing in that middle of the park, so we were kind of playing free at the back.
Do you not think you could do with a really top centre back to go in there to, I don't know, just shore it up a bit? Because
honestly, I think we'll be fine. I think it's nothing to do with defence. Okay,
really?
It's midfield. Midfield is the problem. Everyone's saying like Van Dijk was at fault. Had a poor game yesterday. But when you look at his actual stats, 5 out of 5 duels, clearances, he was on top. He just slipped, Steven Gerrard slipped sort of thing, and they scored a goal.
Still makes me chuckle.
The Liverpool slip.
Yeah, might call it a Liverpool slip now. I don't think we need a top defender. I think Van Dijk is still good enough. I think Konate.
I mean, I'm not saying they're not good enough, but to me,
Konate's first choice centre back for France.
Yeah, I think the way the game's played,
and they've got about 19 centre backs.
But the way it's played now, I think the game is created in the middle of the park.
Yeah,
any chances come from the middle of the park,
and that's
any potential goal saves come from a decent start in the middle, doesn't it?
Yeah, 100%. And that's where we are lacking at the moment. We're struggling. I'm watching Fabinho play. And I reckon you could fucking run quicker than he can.
I probably can.
I noticed that the other day. I see that Henderson tries to do
Henderson's never been quick.
No, but the thing is, you got Henderson trying to get across the pitch, but then you also got Fabinho, and you got them two over there, and they're trying to get over it, and it's like
Fabinho looks like he's treading water.
Yeah,
you know. So his legs
got injured or something that's affected him because he's not that old. We said this,
but he's never been quick. I don't think.
No, but his quality in him just doesn't.
He's not. He's getting on.
He's not that old. He's like under 30. Isn't he like 30 years old?
But he played a lot of football though.
He's tired.
Well, probably the only team in England to ever play every single game possible.
I'm not being funny. Maybe. There's more of a decline in Fabinho than there is in Henderson, and Henderson's a bit older.
Yeah, but Henderson probably looks after himself better. You know, I just
love a sweeping statement. Love a sweeping statement.
Probably.
We've basically just said Fabinho doesn't train very hard. He lives a bad lifestyle.
When he sees
with
this,
no evidence whatsoever,
it's
a sweeping statement.
That's it.
He probably eats a lot of meat and stuff like that. You know, it's probably not good for him. Who knows? But I don't agree with you saying we could do another centre back. Yeah, but I don't think.
What I'm saying is do you not think a decent centre back would go in there and probably raise?
But who would
Harry Maguire?
Yeah, Maguire.
You said decent, all right, and there's no decent United players. I don't think any of your centre backs would get in Liverpool side.
Really?
Yeah.
You reckon?
Varane might.
I don't. Who?
Varane.
Nah.
And Martinez.
Martinez would not get in there.
Yeah, he would.
No.
Smash all you.
He wouldn't.
I'd pick him over Van Dijk.
Martinez, who conceded 7 at Anfield.
Yeah. What have you never?
That's only one game, though. You can't outline
one on the fucking pitch, David. Conceded all 7 of them. He did.
I was going to say, how many have you ever lost a high-scoring game?
We have, yeah.
Oh, okay. Was Van Dijk playing then?
I don't know.
Yeah, he was because he got turned.
What game was that then, Kev? Come on. I don't know.
Villa? No, it was Watford, weren't it? Because Troy Deeney scored, didn't he?
Went high scoring, went 7.
Who did you lose?
Villa. Yeah.
Villa, there we go.
Was he playing?
Has it got to be 7 to be a high scorer?
Well, what do you class as high scoring?
I haven't started the argument.
I haven't either.
It's not an argument.
What do you class as high score?
Calm down.
No, yeah.
I personally think we don't need a world-class centre-back. We need
new managers. Yours is shit.
Well, yeah. Let's
yours.
Let's come on to that in terms of
what's your manager one?
In terms of talk about that. So obviously talking of managers at Liverpool.
Rude.
Klopp obviously is in trouble once again.
Yep, good old Klopp.
Should be banned.
Obviously
he's on the treatment table.
So he's obviously made some comments afterwards. After the game and in the press conference, he's come out a bit today.
Has he backtracked?
He's backtracked. Yeah. The reason
he shouldn't be making the headlines.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also think that's because the referees have come out and says we have the audio and we're willing to play the audio.
I have that.
And the audio will exonerate the official and will be a smoking gun for Klopp. So I think that is the road back from Klopp. I think he realises. I think he's probably been played the audio.
The way I said it at the time, it's not the way I meant it.
Yeah. So I think that's been the road back because even so, I've read today there is a group of referees that are now lobbying because of his and the things he said that they want to bring in point reductions for clubs.
But the thing is, you say that, point reductions then for players surround the referee because
I agree. I agree.
Everything. If you encroach on a referee or you bring anything about a referee in dispute.
Captain only.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And you shouldn't be.
Let's deal with that in separate because again, I don't want that to be passing off about what about the referees because this. I don't like this culture of that. Well, what about this? What about if culture? Or if you're going to do that, what about this? What do we think about the Klopp thing? First of all, was he out of order for his reaction in terms of that?
I think the words he said, out of order. Yeah, maybe the celebration in front of the fourth official is probably a bit childish, but you can understand because it's frustrating. It's like if we celebrate something, we might do it in front of someone we're trying to wind up.
But would we in a place? This is the bit that gets me. I know this is always the bit. Klopp come out and goes, I was angry and stuff like that, and that's the emotion. If you've got a full-time job, a normal job, and right thing, and you've got a boss or something like there's a reason you don't say certain stuff to your boss, because you might lose your job.
Yeah.
Like, that's the reason you stop it. It's this whole, and all of us have been pissed off at work.
Yeah.
All of us have wanted to say stuff at work that we...
And you don't.
But you don't.
Yeah.
Because there's ramifications to it.
Yeah.
There has to be this, well, it's emotional. Well, fucking hell, everything's emotional.
Yeah.
But then there is ramifications for managers. They will get banned, they'll get fined. But the club won't sack him sack the manager for what he said.
Is it ramification? They're banned. He sits in the stand. He does the team talk. He's talking to someone awful. I mean,
fuck all out is massive.
Is it really?
No, it's not.
So that's why.
What did he say? He said, like, I don't know what his problem is with us. He's got to think. Did he say?
He said that last year, didn't he, against Spurs?
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Because obviously Andy Robinson got sent off, but he thought Kane should have been sent off as well.
Yeah.
He said, nothing against Kane.
Yeah.
I love the guy, but I think it was a reckless challenge, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then Turney's the only referee that he doesn't like, basically.
Yeah.
The what if, What about this? So if you're going to do that, well, what about that? It's that same culture again. What about that culture?
So I just think he was out of order. He shouldn't have said what he said. The celebration, I think that's fine. Booking for that,
His hammy went, didn't it?
Do we think it has an effect on outside culture? Because obviously Dermot O'Leary came out as well and said about that he's refereed obviously the Premier League and things like that, and he's saying that it's really affecting Sunday League and grassroots football because managers and players are mimicking what they see on the TV. Do we think this has a direct link? Do we think
apparently some of the lower leagues have introduced body cams and all sorts.
100%. Everything
they should.
Everything they see on TV, people will imitate. Young kids, again, ages ago, I heard on TalkSport that referees are saying that under 10s, under 12s, we're talking like that.
It's not that they see that and think, it's okay. It's just it becomes
because they see other people do it.
It just becomes
kind of
day-to-day life.
And then that's the problem. There's the whole respect for the officials is not there throughout a whole level of the game.
Agreed. So do we think a point reduction coming in is a good thing if it's the route to go down? And I agree with you about the players' crowd, and I think that's
the only way you'll stop it. It's like send people off.
I suppose it depends.
Just make an actual impact on the game and the league.
But then with a point reduction, how are you going to police it?
That must be.
But that's what I'm saying. You do it that way, or just start sending people off.
Surely a point reduction's got to be pretty bad.
They're going to lose the game.
And point reduction anyway. But how would you say? Well, hang on a minute. He's celebrating in front of the referee or the fourth official. Is that point reduction?
I mean,
there's going to have to be some guidelines with that.
But again, the way
it doesn't matter. No one should be celebrating in front of the referees. You'd never see it in any other sport. You'd never see it in cricket. Never run up to the umpires going, fuck, we got him out. See, without you, which is what Klopp's supposed to be saying, stuff like that. You wouldn't see it in rugby. You wouldn't see it in boxing. You wouldn't see it in any other sport. It's only football where we deem it. It's not okay to be able to do it.
It's not acceptable.
Yeah, and also I also think doing it and then coming out and going, I regret it, isn't enough.
No, it's not
don't
enough.
make it right.
It's like going into work, punching someone in the face, and then the next day going, sorry about that, I didn't really like. It doesn't. Oh, okay. Well, don't worry about you punching me in the face. Like it doesn't excuse it. This sorry culture and everything else like that isn't good enough. In terms of that, there needs to be harsher punishments for it, and I think it is bad. It's not because it's Klopp. I really like Klopp in terms of that. I think it's all managers.
At the end of the day, any manager does it. I mean, there's been a few times. Remember when Pep Guardiola? I know it weren't at the referee, but Pep Guardiola was going mad at opposition players. Now he was just being ridiculous. They all should be held accountable for when they do things like that.
And I think the audio thing's a good thing. I think
100%.
Once you start that coming out, and I think it's a different.
And that's good. So when did they agree to that? Because I thought this morning on Talks, what they were saying, look, release it.
Yeah, well,
release it. Is that when
they haven't? It's reading the things today.
Yeah,
see if we're coming on the pod. They're saying they're willing to release it.
So if they are, they clearly know.
Yeah,
that's why I think the road back from Klopp is. I think they've played it to Klopp. I think Klopp's fought, and the clubs have gone. you're banging trouble here. And that's where he's come out and gone, oh, you know, it's about headlines about me, you know, I shouldn't have said it shouldn't have been about me. That's a big row back from A, shouting the referee, A, saying the referee's biased, which effectively what he said beforehand, and then celebrating in front of him to then come out and go, oh, you know, I didn't really want it to be about me. Well, you shouldn't have run down the touchline. So again, I think there's a big row back as there's suddenly the realisations hitting.
But also what they've also got to do as well now is, like say, police it better. Because it's not just the celebrating, there's a technical area.
Yeah, absolutely.
They should be staying in it.
And all of them come out of it. It really pisses me off.
Because number two's not meant to stay there for too long, are they? The manager's there.
When I have a number two, I'm there for quite a long time.
It's the only piece of quad we get.
Sometimes, and it gets a bit of a free-for-all because they're all like you say, there should be standards set there.
The fourth official's like, no, the rules are the rules. It's like everything, you know, the whole 6 seconds for the goalkeeper to have it in the hands.
Yeah.
You know, no, that's never happened.
No,
I was going to say, I can't remember the last time I saw that.
But the rules are the rules. They should be there.
The only thing I would say about that, just quickly, I don't want to move on because there's things to talk about, is you can't, if you're going to do that, you can't bring that in mid-season. You've got to set a thing in the season. So, right, this season, you know, we're going to do this.
Yeah.
If you crowd the referee, it's a yellow card. If you wave a fake yellow card, it's booked. If you celebrate in front of the referee, you know, we're chopping your legs off or whatever. But that should definitely be
legs more or less chopped off.
Talking about Chelsea, there's a couple of things I wanted to mention just because we talked about them a few times that I just find interesting. So, reading today, one of the club directors had contacted Mourinho about a potential third term at Chelsea.
Really?
I mean, and
serious.
Mourinho's turned it down predominantly. Again, this is supposed to be a club director. We don't know who. We don't know how the thing is. Just what I've read on Sky Sports in terms of that. If that is true, is that would you want to see Mourinho back at Chelsea?
No, I would, because it'd be hilarious. Not as a Chelsea
fan.
fan.
His days are done.
Yeah.
But as a manager,
he's doing all right in Roma though, isn't he? In terms of that, different leagues.
He's doing okay.
Sorry,
what league is it, Dave? Is it
3-0.
Is it Farmers League?
Farmers League.
Farmers League.
Is the Italians the Farmers League? It's the French you normally.
French is the Farmers League, big star. Yeah. Italians a little bit sort of Sunday league.
But really, I mean, you're coming back to allegedly. You're coming back to. I mean, really, does Chelsea really want to start this new era of Mourinho? I don't think it's a massive serious in terms of that, but it's a
joke.
Yeah, it is a joke. And
you know, I mean, as a rival fan, it'd be funny because it'd just be like, give it 2 seconds. And they'll buy some players, and then suddenly it'll be like, "Oh, here we go!" It'll be within months.
Yeah,
it'll
be a thing. Talking about a joke though, one thing I did read is I think it's
maybe it's a good idea because he knows how to deal with money spent. Everyone else that's been in it hasn't got a fucking clue.
I think it's nuts. But talking of jokes, one thing that I read today in the Guardian, I think it was the Guardian that said about this is the funniest thing I've ever heard. So Frank Lampard, I've wrote down here. Frank Lampard has warned Todd Bowley not to make the same mistakes as Amurovic and stick with the next manager. Like, what the fuck is Frank doing giving anyone advice? Like, honestly, I just can't imagine that meeting. Hi, boss. Just let you know.
Just a little tip.
Just want to give you a little heads up, little tip. You know, don't make the same with Rich Abramovich. You know, you got to stick with the next manager. I'd be like, mate, you haven't won a game since you've been here.
But Abramovich did it all right because he won a lot of trophies.
It's the most, and again, I feel because of wrestling with Frank again. But when I read that, I was like, that can't be serious in terms of thing. But Frank Lampard thing. One thing I did want to mention, we don't normally talk about it because we only tend to the Premier League because we're armchair fans. Is I want to just mention about Wrexham and what they've done.
Open top bus tonight, isn't it?
Mate, I tell you what, and obviously they've made the thing that's made the news is obviously Bale. But just talking about what a brand.
They've asked someone else to come out as well, haven't they?
They asked Bale to come out of retirement, and then obviously he said that to do it over around a golf, and then obviously Ryan Reynolds he'll shave a golf course in back, which is brilliant. But look, it's amazing what they've done there. Isn't it great for football and turn of Wrexham and stuff like that? You know, a club on the brink of extinction, basically.
It's all about Wrexham. Like it's so much part of the town, isn't it?
I mean, it's incredible. And obviously they chose that club because obviously they were on the brink and everything else like that. It kind of, you know, a change of fate, so to speak, to do it. But it's amazing. Do we think Bale might take up on the offer? No.
He's too good at golf. I think he's enjoying his life, isn't he?
I don't know.
If you've always if you've loved the game of football, you want to play. and I think Bale loves the game of football. He
likes being in the limelight. He'd love to be. Yeah. He'd love to be that man again, wouldn't he?
Go and turn up
after his shit at Madrid.
League 2, getting paid $100,000 a week, if not more, to smash the ball at League 2 players. Oh, it's going to be awesome for him, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
scoring free kicks.
Do you think he'll do it?
I think he will. Yeah,
I think he will.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, he'll come out and play for a season, I reckon.
Because obviously Wrexham come out today and said the offer from their side is serious.
Even if it just gets some safe points in League 2. Yeah. Done.
Can you imagine that?
I think Foster's already been offered a new contract, hasn't he?
Yeah, so again,
apparently you're asking loads of ex-Prem players to come and play for
but I can
Gerrard.
I can see it. But if you're going to leverage your brand,
Milner,
if you're going to use your contacts, and look, the way they've marketed themselves and done it, the documentary, they're sponsored by TikTok now and all these things. I mean, they've done such now I know it's because they're Hollywood stars, stuff like that, but it's the way they've done it as well. Ryan Reynolds and Rob, what's his surname?
McElhenney.
They're brilliant. They're funny.
Yeah.
They take the mick out themselves as well. It's fantastic. I think it's great for the game of football. It's great for Wrexham.
If they want, they could sponsor the SPADS if they want.
Yeah, sponsor the SPADS. Yeah, we'll make this the Wrexham.
He's eyeing up an NFL team, isn't he, for $1 billion?
Yeah. It's mad, isn't it? It's very fair. Just quickly, then we'll just run up the quick games coming this week. There's a lot of the weekend as well. Too many to mention without boring everyone. Obviously, you got Arsenal, Chelsea tonight. Liverpool, Fulham tomorrow. Dave, thoughts of that?
Anfield, I think we might stretch to a win.
And good form at the moment. Liverpool,
we're doing all right at the moment.
Yeah, Fulham are all right. Put one past City, didn't they?
Yeah, they scored
first,
didn't they? Andres Pereira and the captain hurt his wrist when he went
two
down.
big injuries, didn't they?
Yeah.
So I think we should be. I'm confident.
It's certainly a different Liverpool back end of the season that has been.
Sorry, who are you? What have you done with Dave?
Yeah.
What's that?
Who are you and what have you done with Dave?
Diaz is back. I'm confident. We're playing nice football now. I'm happy.
Flying.
So that's a bet on Fulham for a win.
Yeah.
City versus West Ham.
City win.
You would imagine it'd be a City
West
win.
Ham.
But not because West Ham are poor, because they've started to come on a bit. City are just fucked.
The only thing I would say about this is one of those games that you think City will roll over this, but it could be one of those games where...
Didn't West Ham get points against City at the beginning of the season, didn't they? Out of nowhere.
Maybe.
They were a different side then.
Yeah, I agree. It's a different time. But that is one of those games where you sort of wouldn't watch the result and then you check it later and go, oh, God, 2-2.
Yeah.
I didn't think that has a bit of a feel about that. But I do think... City have too much. Then Brighton versus United at the end on Thursday again. Brighton not been as on form recently as earlier part of the season, but neither have United. United haven't been the great towards the back end.
Right.
You think United win?
Yeah, I think
Lee?
I'm hoping United win. Odds are against United though.
Yeah.
I hope Brighton win.
Thanks, Dave. Right, gents, I want to wrap up there. I don't want loads to things to talk about this week. Normal as usual. Like, comment, share, and anything you want to discuss, let us know, and we'll catch you again.
The SPADS match of the day back as well, because we keep...
we've just been so busy, and we haven't put so many shorts out and stuff, so we apologise. It's just been a crazy time for us all, but
we are Cowboys.
We are, we're total Cowboys. But join us again next week, and cheers, gents.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Good night.